I'm going to show you how to code the Where I Eat worksheet. So for your convenience, in the guide you will see that there is a demo worksheet that I'm using for this tutorial, and it's filled out with one location each and one sentence each in addition to the links. So let's get started. So I already have done the code for the home, so if you start, you're good. So we're going to add the Where I Eat presentation to our project. So the way you start is first we need the icon to represent Where I Eat. So you go to the Cat Plus to choose a sprite. In this case we're talking about food, so you can go to food. You can encourage students to pick a food that's actually at the place they go to, or one that represents what their favorite place to eat is. In my case, I went with takeout. I picked a burger place, so there isn't a burger, sadly. So I'm going to go with takeout because it just looks cool. So I picked it there, and then I'm going to change the name so that it says Where I Eat. Please encourage students to label everything as they code. It will help them keep track as the code gets much, much bigger. And I'm going to pull the takeout, the Where I Eat icon close to her. Remember, our guide only goes left and right, so make sure it's in the pathway. So I have it there. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that it shows up when the presentation starts. So I'm going to go to Events. Our trigger for the presentation is the green flag, as we learned in the lesson before. And then I'm going to say show the icon at the beginning. So looks and show. Excellent. Then I want the presentation to be able to be activated whenever the person decides to move onto this icon. The way you do that is you go to Control and you do forever. What it means is anytime the person touches this icon, the presentation can start. If they press the green flag and wait for an hour, the code will still be ready for them. That's what the forever block is. Okay, then I think, okay, I want the presentation to start when the guide touches the icon. Since I'm programming from the icon's perspective, I'm going to say if, also in Control, the icon is touching the Kia sprite, my guide sprite, then I want this presentation to start. Excellent. So then I'm going to go to Looks, and I'm going to start my dialogue. So the first thing I want it to say is I'm going to have it say Where I Eat. Title of our presentation, right? Then I'm going to say, ask the question, where is my favorite place to eat? Question mark. Anytime you have a full sentence, I encourage you to change it to 5 seconds. Give people time to read it. Okay. Then, of course, where is my favorite place to eat? Well, I want to show it first, right? So I'm going to switch from my main backdrop to my favorite place to eat. So I'm going to switch the backdrop. Oh, but wait a minute. I haven't put the backdrop in my library yet. What do? Perfect time to pause and say, you know what we need to do? We found our pictures. They're in our worksheet. Now we need to upload it into Scratch so that we can use it. So how do we get the pictures from the worksheet to Scratch? Great question. So we put the link for a reason. So you're going to click on the link for all the pictures and click them open. Then what I'm going to do is I need to save them to my computer temporarily. So I'm going to go to the image, right click, save image as. Make sure it says save image as. Sometimes there's more than one option that says save as. So make sure it says save image as. I'm going to click on that. And this is common. There's a new type of format called WebP. Scratch doesn't recognize it. So here's what you do. Change format to all. Delete the entire name. Put the name of the restaurant or the place to eat or the food truck. Then you're going to put .jpg. Basically, we're going to rename the file. Put it someplace you'll remember. Hit save. If it's already there for some reason, if the kids are smart, just say replace. That'll work. All right, beautiful. Go to the next picture, right click, save image as. See here, there's lots of choices that say save as, so just make sure it's save image as. And this one is Cecil, so I'm going to say Cecil's. In this case, it's a JPEG image, so that will work. The other formats that work are GIF and PNG. So JPEG, GIFs or GIFs, and PNG files. Those are all okay. I'm going to hit save and replace in this case. And they are now on my computer ready to upload. Now I'm going to go back to Scratch. Thankfully it opens in tabs. So I'm going to go back to Scratch, go to the backdrop, hit plus, the picture plus, but I'm going to do the upload version. And I'm going to upload the pictures. And so I named them easy to find. So Cecil's, open. And then what you want to do is after you upload it, you want to have the kids convert it into a vector because that will let you increase the size, right? You see this is too small. So convert to vector, click once on the picture, you'll see the handlebars, and I'm going to stretch it until it fills the entire canvas. Thankfully you can see it right here, and I'm good. So that's the Cecil's. Then I'm going to do the same thing for Sweet Green. So picture plus, go to upload. I'm going to do the same for Sweet Green. Right here, open. Convert to vector. This picture is much bigger, so it won't be as much stretching. Pull it. You can drag it around, make it perfect, and you're good. So now I have all the pictures, and you would repeat that for the second one, of course. But now I have them, so I can use them. So I go back to code, click the code tab, click the where I eat icon, and we will continue. So here's where we go from there. Now we can switch backdrop. So looks, switch backdrop. So what is my favorite place to eat? It is Cecil's. So I'm going to click the drop down and do Cecil's. So now I've asked the question, waited 5 seconds, show the picture, and then I'm going to put my sentence. So I'm going to do another say block, and I'm just going to hold it there for the time being, but this is where my answer will be. Then I'm going to put in my next question. My next question is, well, my next question would be, where is my other favorite place to eat? But for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to skip that part. So the next part would be, where do I wish I could eat? Question mark. Full sentence, I'm going to change the timing to 5. And same concept, switch the backdrop, pull that next, switch it to Sweet Green, and then pull in a block for my answer. I'm going to leave it as hello for now. Now my presentation is done. So I'm going to say now what I want to do is I'm going to switch the backdrop back to my home backdrop. In my case, my home backdrop is mural. I selected that in the lesson before. And then once the presentation is finished, I don't want the guide to be able to go back and repeat it. So I'm going to scroll down in looks and go to hide. Once the presentation is over, it will hide. So that's the first pass through for this lesson. You're going to do one more pass through. We're going to replace the hellos with our answers from our worksheet. How do we do that? We go back to our worksheet, and guess what? We already did the work. So all we need to do is copy and paste. So you have the students highlight their answer for their favorite, right click, copy, go back to Scratch, replace the first hello with copy and paste. This is a big sentence, so I might make it 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds. You can test it and find out if that's long enough. So that's the first one. Then where I wish I could eat, I'm going to go back, go to number 1, highlight that sentence, right click, copy. I'm going to go to the second hello and paste. A recommendation I have for this section is have them maybe do their favorites first, their 2 favorites, and then do the wishes. That's one way to organize it if that makes more sense for your students. Again, this is a full sentence, not as long, so 5 seconds is probably sufficient. Okay, and that is the basic code for where I eat. Then the last thing you want kids to do is, if they finish early, is have them test out the code. So let's hit the green flag to start. It should start at the beginning. welcome to my community. My name is Kia and I will be your guide. Let me show you around. Okay, then I'm going to have the guide walk over and have the kids watch it. Where's my favorite place to eat? Backdrop. Cecil's is my favorite place to eat because the burgers are big and delicious. Where do I wish I could eat? Switch to Sweet Green. I wish we had Sweet Green because they have healthy food. And then of course there would be more than one, but see at the end, the icon disappeared and I'm back to the beginning. That is how you do one of the coding lessons. This was Where I Eat. Remember, the demo worksheet is in the curriculum guide. I wish you luck with the lesson. Happy coding, have fun, and enjoy your time with your students.